January has been a roller coaster for crypto with all the FUD, but NFT has been booming at its all-time high. Why do you think crypto goes down and NFT goes up?
I like to buy some cryptocurrencies.
His boss will get it done.
Imagine you had 1 ETH at 4,000 USD. Previously, you either sell your ETH or hold when the market goes up or down. If it goes down to, let's say, the current price of 2,600 USD, most likely you will make a loss if you sell. Unless you bought it at 1,800 USD last July, you only make money or lose money when you sell. If you sold it for 2,500 USD, a month or a year later, it will still be 2,500 USD sitting inside. And if during this time the ETH price shot back up and you miss the boat, well, that's another opportunity cost for you. Now you have another chance. Let's say a 0.2 ETH NFT when ETH was at 4,000. It is still 0.2 ETH at 2006. If you buy the NFT, remember you need to include the gas price, which could cost just as much as the NFT itself, or even more in the current situation. The NFT could go up in price. Even if it doesn't, you still have another chance to sell or even profit more when ETH price goes up. So it could be a better choice to get an NFT instead of changing it to stablecoins. But of course, NFT comes with its own risks as well. And just recently, we have a rude reminder of that, with the gang of Big Daddy Ape Club rug pulling 1.2 million on Solana platform. Solana is another crypto coin just like Ethereum, but faster and cheaper to use. And rumored that OpenSea is planning to integrate Solana NFT into its marketplace. Phantom is Solana Chrome extension wallet, just like MetaMask is to Ethereum. And there is also a new scam using fake websites that looks like pseudo-swap.xyz that will drain you of your NFT. It is pseudo-swap.something else. I've never used the service before. If you are unsure or unaware, it's best to go back to basic, familiar marketplace. I'm Chou, still a crypto newbie in my first year, and I'm not a financial advisor, just sharing my own thinking, opinions and experience. Only invest what you can afford to lose. With that, let's begin. Art is subjective, and the price of art depends on its association. Classic story of Joshua Bell's experiment. In the year 2007, one of the world's greatest violinists was playing at a busy train station at Washington for almost 45 minutes, and he earns $32.17. 3 days earlier, he was playing in a concert hall with the average seat ticket costing $100 each. What does that tell you? And of course, the most famous and what I think is the highest profit margin in the art history, a single banana and a duct tape. At supermarket, you can buy those for $2, and the time needed to create that masterpiece physically, I would say less than 1 minute. Price sold $120,000, and there were 3 editions. Again, what am I trying to tell you? The price of art depends on where it was sold and the association that people could imagine. For the first case, someone may say that, oh, this was a sold out concert and tickets are so hard to come by. And you can probably say, I was there. Second case, I don't know. You have to ask the buyer yourself. Maybe the artist paid him to do so. But this is a very important lesson here, more important than the first one. Most of you may be able to recognize this drama scene. I like dramas and movies a lot, so much so that my wife even suggests that I start doing movie and drama reviews. One thing I like about movie and drama is that as though we can live their life and get ideas on how to live ours. For example, zombie movies will teach you survival skills and to beware that people will betray you. Well, back to the topic. As mentioned earlier, this is one of the most important lessons I learned from the Squid Game drama. There are people with too much money that you think that they are crazy, too bored, or desperately trying to find meaning in life, in which you can actually profit or benefit from them and do greater good with them. Maybe it's time for me to find my dream 100 clients for my sales marketing business. Now back to digital arts NFTs in particular. Why is it better than physical art? Least maintenance, it doesn't get moldy or dusty. No costly security measures required. You can flaunt it easily, and you can be associated to others like a private membership. So we begin with Bored Ape. And remember, it's ape, not apes. There could be millions of imitations by now. To start off the year, Eminem bought his number 9055 at 123.45 ETH. Then Paris Hilton. Then Neymar the footballer bought 2 for 350 ETH. And then Calvin Hart. And just yesterday, special mention, Justin Bieber breaking the market price, spending 500 ETH on an ordinary looking one that is ranked 9777 on rarity score. That's 1.3 million. Does he need to spend so much money? Definitely no. Will he be able to earn back? Hardly. Will anyone buy at a higher price than him? To set a world record? Maybe. And it was sold for only 0.24 ETH 9 months ago. That's 2,000 times profit. Imagine the impact on the market now. The beauty of blockchain is that we can easily see who owns what and how much they paid for. Recently, there's also a saying, apes in the west, bears in the east. Made famous by Chou. Some Western YouTubers who don't know him call him some influencer. He's one of the greatest Chinese singer, at least to me. He also acted as Kaito in the Green Hornet movie and even partnered Kobe Bryant in a music video 9 years ago. The NFT that he was promoting was PhantaBears. He even posted in his Instagram about being number 1. This caused a spike in the demand, but earlier on his music company had already declared that he wasn't involved in the project and that he is not profiting from it despite being launched in collaboration with his fashion company. It was his friend's NFT company that he was supporting. The floor price dropped from 7.8 to 2 plus today. And the celebrities that were previously associated to PhantaBears, we don't see the NFT on their social profile anymore, except for only Chou and his wife. But Jay himself promised to collaborate more NFT projects this year. Think I need to draw bears on an iPad soon. At the beginning of this year, I also came across a story of an Indonesian student who is planning to sell his 1000-day selfie as NFT. In my mind, I was already convinced that some kind soul is going to help him make $1 million. Fate love irony. And then back at home, local influencer Irene, better known as Irene Dow now, with her rather cringy poster, NFTs. Imagining I'm holding one of these or telling you that I own these. Well, on the other side of cringy is virality. And as always, art appeals to certain people in a certain ways. We can all find people who appreciate us online easier compared to offline. That's also why I started learning digital marketing 16 years ago. Recently, after PhantaBears, a lot of Asian style NFT are on the rise. Don't tell my wife that I nearly bought a killer girlfriend had I not been priced out by the gas fee. As mentioned earlier, with the boom in NFT, gas fee may cost even more than NFT itself, so prepare to load more ETH into your wallet. Actually, I'm also looking at another project, Life of Asunas. I wasn't early enough to get into the whitelist. For people in the whitelist, they were able to mint it for 0.08 ETH. Public sale is by raffle at 0.2 ETH each. Maybe there's only one Asuna for me. If you are worried about the credibility of the creator, I will urge you to act on the safe side. There will always be another opportunity. For example, Gucci and SuperPlastic is launching tomorrow. You wouldn't expect Gucci to rug pull you, but it will be expensive and there's only 500 of them. I think that pretty much sums up my NFT story for the month. As for crypto, this is my first bear run. One thing that I think I need to remind my fellow newbies is that NFT are also part of crypto. More and more companies are coming into metaverse, and more celebrities are spending millions buying NFT and creating NFT. This month we have Walmart and Disney Metaverse news, Google, YouTube finally looking into NFTs, and quite possibly Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard. And in order to create, buy or sell NFT, cryptocurrency are required. Cryptocurrencies may be down, but crypto is here to stay. So the question will be, which one to invest in? Remember to only invest what you can afford to lose, and always do your own research. As for the current state of crypto, I think there could be another dip. If you haven't taken profit already, I think it's a bit too late now. Better to hodl or buy NFT instead. If you have funds, consider dollar cost averaging the dip. In my next video, I know I still owe you guys a Lost Relics beginner's guide. Was exploring to do it as my first live streaming, but I haven't got my webcam yet. Maybe still in pieces waiting to be assembled in China, but I may just go ahead with it on the weekend, just that it will be a faceless guide. Anyway, my face doesn't bring any extra value to your learning of the game. For cryptocurrencies, I will be talking about this. This is what I use to track and analyze my cryptocurrencies. If interested, remember to subscribe. Wishing you a happy Chinese New Year here. Bye!